My name's Clark Fox, and I'm here to talk about the Native American situation as far as I'm concerned. My family is, I have a Bureau of Indian Affairs card with the Southern Cherokee tribe, and my heritage is my ancestors were from Tennessee, and politically it's kind of like what's going on all over the world. The government decided they wanted to move the whole tribe, and the tribe resisted. The army was sent in the 1830s. They were put in prison. They had all their possessions taken away from them, and then they had to walk from Tennessee to out to Oklahoma. One side of my family, they escaped. They did like Jewish people in Europe, and before World War II, they saw that they weren't not going to win, so they left. They went to Mexico. The other side of the family was incarcerated. They had to walk. They were supposed to walk all the way to Oklahoma. Instead, they escaped. If the soldiers caught them, they give them $5 for bring back their ears, and they hid out in the state of Missouri today. And they said that they were not Indians; they were French. And then they had to go, the family went basically underground, because in the United States, Indians couldn't even vote or own land until about almost 1925. And they talk about the United States being a land of free religion. This is not true. They weren't able to practice native religion until President Clinton was in office, and they had to pass 2 bills to make it possible to practice the Native American religion, which was based on the Mayas. And in the Mayan religion in the United States, they call it the Mississippian religion. The Mayans came up. They used to go to the state of Ohio to get what they call flintstone to make fire. So there's many facts that no one knows unless you study deeply into history books. The information is hidden. The spiritual center of the United States was Philadelphia, and one of the richest tribes of Indians was the Miamis in Ohio, because they had all the material to make fire. So there were major expressways or superhighways where the native would go to trade. They use the rivers. They go up through the mountains, and it was a very complex kind of thing. And as soon as what they refer to as the round eyes came in, they took all their land away. Indians had no. You didn't own land. You just you borrowed it from the Great Spirit. And they were cheated out of their land, and then the culture, like was happening all over the world, was trying to be stomped out. I've talked to a lot of people from African American backgrounds. They have no knowledge of the native religion that they came from. They know nothing. They know nothing of where their ancestors were born. They just people in this hemisphere. They want you to become American, forget it all, join a Christian church, and just go to work and make money and give it to the church, and live a good Christian life. And then my relatives were not big on the American way. They didn't really work regular jobs. They couldn't understand. They wanted to hunt and fish and grow their own vegetables, and why would you have to go get a job? So there's a lot of misunderstanding in Native American culture. The natives that are put on the reservations, it's usually a really bad piece of land. There's nothing to do, and they collect SSI, and so I've tried to get. There's a very spiritual thing going on in the Native American thing. In my experience, I got connected with my ancestors through mediums and stuff, and a lot of people maybe think it's crazy, but if you get into the Buddhist religion, there's a reverence for ancestors and older relatives, and you take care of your family and do that kind of thing. In the United States, a lot of the problem on the reservations is that there's alcoholism. They didn't really have alcohol in North America, so when the Indians were drinking, then they go crazy. They signed really bad deals, lose all their land, lose everything. They wake up the next day, they didn't even know that they didn't own anything anymore. They didn't have their land. They took everything away from them. It's like really crazy. So since Clinton days, Indians can learn about their heritage and get back into the family, not drink, not do drugs, live a spiritual life the way it was in the old days. And it's quite an interesting thing. In my art, I do a lot of research through the internet and libraries that you can find a lot of material. A lot of things are written, although a lot of the Indians did not like to tell what the truth was because it was always distorted. So you have to be very careful when you deal with people, because some people, like people that died out in California, Arizona, they give this saying about a sweat lodge. That's the totally incorrect reason for doing a sweat lodge. A lot of the stuff about Native American culture has been, just turned into a commercial success thing. It has nothing to do with that at all. It has to do with the right way of life and being in touch with the Father, Mother Earth and the Great Spirits. And, it's a very simple things that have been turned into, they call it witchcraft, the Christians. And so it's very interesting. In my painting, I do historical paintings of characters that have been completely forgotten, or things that have been distorted, or heroes American heroes that really were not heroes, that were really villains. And it's just a small thing, but it's a beginning for people to get in touch with what really happened, and to get back on the path that was, a more, in my opinion, a more enlightened spiritual way of life, and to help other individuals and to help society to, get a new set of values. Very interesting situation with reservations. Of course, a lot of people, there's a lot of bad publicity about the government, how to treat the Native American, the ancestors, well, not the ancestors, but the children of the ancestors on the lands that the United States gave the natives for their tribes. They call reservations. Now, there's the big situation that most people understand, or they think they understand, are the casinos. So